After months of negotiations, Sri Lanka has finally received $330 million as the first instalment of a $3 billion International Monetary Fund bailout. Colombo started talks with the IMF for its 17th bailout package in May, after soaring prices, supply shortages and eroding currency reserves led the country to default on its overseas debt. The economy shrank by a record 7.8% in 2022 as a result of an economic and political crisis triggered by the fallouts from the pandemic and the war in Ukraine. The deal will give the island nation a lifeline as it suffers the worst economic downturn in its history. Officials say money has brought them time to implement reforms that can turn things around.
We are now starting a new journey. We have to introduce many economic reforms throughout the process. The foundation for our success will be through this path. Some of these reforms have already been proposed and implemented. We will also introduce numerous other reforms.
The government is expected to unveil a restructuring strategy by the end of April. But all these measures could only add to the misery of the Sri Lankan people, who have already been squeezed by surging costs of living and a high income tax of up to 36%.
And our culture does not provide people to take loans to settle another loan, right? And why I just can't understand why this pomp and pageantry for taking loans from IMF. I personally believe taking loan from IMF is another rigmarole. We are innocent people in Asian country. We don't want to get entangled with anybody.
Austerity measures proposed by the IMF often have social implications, such as loss of income, decreases in subsidies, as well as a rise in unemployment. Some argue that the IMF's intervention will only bail out private investors, while putting the burden of debt on ordinary citizens. And all these factors could lead to social unrest deepening in the country. Daniel Padwick, TRT World.